welcome back. This is A from High Fives High Vibes Tarot. This is your Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising sign, and Venus for the sign of Aquarius, June 2022. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Perhaps next month's message is the one for you, but I've always believed in synchronicity, so there must be something in here that you need to hear today. Thank you for being here. The continuation of this reading is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle guidance card for you, and you could also create your own 3-card spread through that link. You would be redirected to the blog, and you scroll down, you could see there the star spinner deck. You could shuffle, unlimited shuffle, and it's free. Please set your intention before you shuffle, or ask a specific question so that you wouldn't see yourself shuffling it until you get the answer that you want. You could ask a specific question. Okay, what is it that you would want to lay a burden down? Everything seems so heavy right now. Everything seems to be exhausting. Your love situation may be frustrating for you, or your current relationship could be frustrating for you. Perhaps this could speak of betrayal. Somebody has betrayed you. Somebody is it's like excuse me, somebody you never thought who would be a hindrance to whatever it is that you would want to pursue, would stop you from doing it. This could be a parent, because the story of this card is, I forgot the name of that card. Let me just check. It is a story of a woman who, her father was the one who chopped off her fingers because she sailed her, she made an escape and sailed away. Because the father doesn't want to upset the gods, he chopped off Sedna. It's Sedna. Chopped off his daughter's fingers, and then it consumed her to a point that perhaps you are in this point in your love situation that you are very frustrated to a point that you want to seek revenge. There is wrath, there is anger that is being tended inside of you, and perhaps you are here right now, dear Aquarius, because this is something that you are struggling with. You know it is not right to seek revenge, but somewhere deep down inside of you, you want to seek revenge. It's just so exhausting to a point that you would want to stand up and fight for yourself. But you know also that this is not something, somebody would suffer eventually, or perhaps a person you're dealing with. It's like, you know that you know how to avenge yourself, you know how to seek revenge, and you know how to put your person down, but you know that deep down inside of you, there's a voice, there's your conscience telling you that this is not the right way, you are not designed to do this, but you are still not buying that thought. Perhaps an advice from your friend telling you to not do it anyway because it's not good, it's bad, or it's karma would be on your way, but you are torn between following their advice versus following your quote-unquote following your heart to seek revenge. So this is the core of your reading. There is anger, there is frustration, you just want to avenge yourself because there has been a betrayal. Okay, let us get those. Perhaps your person has betrayed you. Perhaps your person, you did your best. You did everything you can. But you hate it when you are being told what to do. Perhaps your person has been telling you or has told you to tame it down, to not be over the top, and it's something that annoys you, because if they love you, they should be supporting you. If they love you, they should be happy to see you being yourself. You have been patient with your person, exercised patience, being true to yourself. Okay. There was something in the past that you have worked on. You have invested a lot of time to learn, perhaps, or perhaps if you are in a separate if you live in a different country with this person, you have already applied for your visa, applied all the documents, paid a lot of fees for you to be able to be with them, and then suddenly they are calling off the engagement, or suddenly all your efforts had gone to waste, or perhaps they are blaming you for not being able to do it at this specific time. And then yeah, for some of you, you were dismissed. I mean, your thoughts, your opinion, whatever it is that you were suggesting were dismissed. Something has not been followed because of the other stubbornness, or there was no equal give and take, or perhaps you have invested so much and your person did not reciprocate that. It could also be you have exerted a lot of effort, or you have asserted yourself. For some of you, you have asserted your opinion, you have asserted what has to be done, but your person dismissed that, or perhaps they didn't listen to you. And as a result of that, right now, you have voiced that opinion, but right now you're the one who's suffering, or perhaps you were the one who is feeling worthless, feeling sad that everything didn't go as planned. Perhaps you are blaming yourself that you could have tried harder, or you could have asserted yourself. You have voiced your concern much louder. Lack of confidence right now, or perhaps you felt so alone. Look at these cards. These cards show, if not depression, this show it's as if guilt, perhaps guilt, sadness, feeling alone, feeling left alone, feeling trapped in a situation that you know it is not your own doing, trapped in a situation that is not your fault, and you are losing that spark. Perhaps lack of connection with your solar plexus, or perhaps there seems to be an imbalance in your solar plexus chakra. Solar plexus chakra is found on our belly. This is the seat of our power. This is our core. This is the energy center of our body, wherein we connect to our truest self, to our willpower, and to our confidence, our will, our who we are as a person. And at this point in time, you could have lost that self-trust, you have lost that confidence because of this is something to do with betrayal. You have perhaps in the past, for some of you, you have voiced your concern, you have asked your person, who is this person, why are you spending so much time outside? Or perhaps you are this person, you are very much of a social butterfly, and it is something that your person doesn't want. something about you is may have gone overboard. There is an imbalance here happening around your love situation there, Aquarius. Imbalance in terms of it's not equal give and take. Imbalance as in empower relations. You are not allowed to speak your truth, and when you do, you are being dismissed, something to that effect. And right now your energies, your current energy is your lost connection with your core, with your willpower. It's like you lost that energy to give more, energy to fight for your person, energy to do something for your person, because you felt so left out in the cold, you felt so trapped, you felt like you can't do anything right now, losing that confidence, losing that voice, perhaps losing also that authenticity, losing your you may have been gaslighted. I keep on hearing that you may have been gaslighted to a point that you have lost. These are all signs of gaslight, of being gaslit. When you felt guilty about expressing yourself, you felt that all your opinion were useless, you felt or you are feeling that I am wrong, I don't have anything to prove at all, my partner is right, they're always right, my opinion has no bearing at all. The moment that you feel that guilt, the moment that you lost connection with your authentic truth, you may have been gaslit. That's why I'm saying you may have been gaslit, this dear Aquarius. Or energies could be interchangeable too, so you could also be gaslighting your person to a point that they feel so detached from you. Let us get the future. What's in the future for you? Be mindful that you are rushing through without even thinking it through. You could be coming from that energy of insecurity or wanting to seek revenge because you have been betrayed. As a result, in the future, you will run the risk of rushing through and doing this revenge like right now without actually thinking how you could, without planning how to do this revenge rightfully, if there's such thing. I mean, doing revenge rightfully is creating that healing space for yourself first, acknowledging your acknowledging your mistake, acknowledging your part in the situation. How can you accountable with your own actions? Once you start blaming, you are taking that blame as a weapon to seek revenge, and that would turn the tables for you. You will never win if you cling on or you attach yourself to that revenge revenge only, without actually taking accountability or without actually looking at what happened to mirror back to you what you could do, to mirror back to you how you could change, and how can you forgive yourself, how can you forgive the other person. How can you be self-motivated without wasting your energy, without wasting your talent? You are very in the future, in the near future, you are very filled with energy, could be empowered by your angst or empowered by your need to seek revenge. There is that passion within you. How can you use this passion for you to how can you use this passion to your advantage? Not really seeking that revenge, not really. How can you use these energies for you to connect to your authentic truth? Because right now it seems like this authentic truth is being challenged. If not, you are losing that connection with yourself. There could be delays or setbacks. Perhaps you run the risk of being too obsessed with a wasted energy or wasted time in the past. As a result, you would be very focused or hyper focused on listening to that revenge, listening to that, to the need for you to turn the tables, you being obsessed towards gaining what you have lost, instead of moving forward and using this situation for you to transcend those emotions, those anger, those frustration, those feelings of betrayal, those feelings of being left out in the cold, or feelings of being trapped. A lot of fire energies for you in the future, but you have here a Three of Wands, something that is could be listening to your friends, listening to your a friend who has a sage advice, motivation for you to make things happen. Everything around your future spread here is suggests passion, energy, lust for life, could be, but it's more of, it could do more harm than good. Not all passion, not all fire within us would something that would bring out the best in us. So how can you use that passion to bring out the best in you? That could be, how can you use these energies for you to connect with your willpower, to stand your ground, and for you to find that joy. This is the sun, being that light to everybody, regardless of the situation that you are in, being the source of hope and light for everybody. How can you transcend these feelings of entrapment, of this loneliness, of this betrayal, to be the source of light, to be gracious, and to be the better person? Very vague, I know. But I hope it makes sense to you. How can you walk the talk? You could be dealing with Pisces. Waiting for favorable conditions. They waited for favorable conditions to come. Very restless. Feeling trapped. They also felt trapped. You could be dealing also with a Capricorn. And you are very the same or similar in those ways. You were very diligent, and you made it work. But your person seems to be not on the same page as you in the past. They are not present, if not saying yes to temptations. If you are still in a relationship with this person, perhaps you are invited to connect with your intuition, reconnect with your authenticity. You may have given so much in this relationship to a point that you have forgotten to fill your own cup. And you are very determined. I'm not quite sure. For some of you, are very determined to seek healing. For some of you, are very determined to seek revenge. For some of you, are very determined to not let them get out of it. You're not letting them get away with it. Let me just write that. Let's get more cards from them. You could be dealing with, you could also watch the Pisces reading, because these 3 cards here seems to be and this one too seems to be similar to the energy of the Pisces individual. You could be dealing with the Pisces. They were very restless, very overthinking. They're overthinking. They're not doing something. They want to do something, but they don't walk the talk. That's why I mentioned also that it may be helpful for you to walk the talk, because you could be mirroring each other in that sense. You just throw out words out there but not really taking action, or perhaps there could be an energy of blame. Right now the person man, you could be, as I've mentioned a while ago, you could be gaslit, and you could also be in a toxic situation. It's like a shade and Freude moment. The other person here is being taking pleasure in another person's misfortune. You are also mirroring each other. You're also mirroring that energy with each other. Perhaps in the past you have been downtrodden, you have been sad, and your person is seems to not care about that, and then the tables have turned. Right now you are the one who is happy and your person is not. You are the one who's happy about your person being in the situation that you were yesterday, being sad. That's why I mentioned it could be a toxic one, because this is your current energy, and as I have mentioned a while ago, this energy doesn't look so good in your energy. If this is not sadness, feeling left alone, feeling trapped, feeling like feeling insecure, not sure about yourself, not confident, you lost that confidence. But at this present moment, the person you are dealing with seems to get themselves out of the situation. You wouldn't let them get away with it, but they have already found a way to get out of it. That is what I am getting. And they are, if this is for some of you, this could be the person you're dealing with could be having a third party, a third situation. But for some of you, this could also mean that they are very they'd rather spend time with their friends and enjoy, rather than helping you deal with your shit right now. If you're in a relationship with this person, perhaps they don't want you to share your burden with them, or perhaps being with you seems to be very exhausting for them, or sometimes exhausting. Perhaps you have nothing else left in your arsenal but to complain, to rant over certain things, and your person can't take that, so they'd rather spend some time with their friends, because they have stayed for the wrong reasons long enough. Perhaps that is where they're coming from. And not apologetic about your situation, or not even apologetic about, those are too many cards. They're not apologetic about what's happening between the two of you. Perhaps they would blame you and tell you that I was in the same exact situation as you in the past. Now it's your turn to feel that. It feels so sad. It feels so lonely to be not heard, right? Now you're feeling it now. When I was in that situation, you didn't spend some time to help me deal with it. Instead, you spend some time with your friends. Now I am doing it. Why are you complaining? Perhaps that is the line your person is telling you right now. And I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps that would resonate for a very few. But that sounds so toxic. Okay. The person you're dealing with seems to be working on themselves, working on connecting with their intuition, or perhaps working on their healing. You are very, as I've mentioned, very codependent. You can't live without them. You would rather spend all your day with them, but your person would rather step back and reflect. They know that this is, if you are suffering right now, this could be depression, or this could be just feeling, losing that confidence. They know that they saw it coming. They know that this would happen. They know that they know that something has to be done, and they are willing to work on it. They are willing to, I feel that this person is willing to work it out with you. If in case you are in this rocky relationship, or they have committed that third party thing, I strongly feel that they have, perhaps they're telling you it's just for fun, it's nothing serious, we're just friends. Whatever it is that they have done in the past, they're willing to not repeat it. They're willing to work on themselves, to reflect on their actions, and to, they have spent some time to gain clarity of the situation. Unlike you, they would not rush through seeking for your forgiveness, but they would sit still, reflect on their actions, spend some time with themselves, and reflect on ways how can they overturn their situation. Reflect on it first before they could take action. So you could be different in that sense. You are the action-oriented one. You are filled with ideas. You would rather blurt it out right now and then worry about it later. The person you're dealing with would rather think on it, reflect on it, spend a day reflecting on it before they take action. And perhaps that is one of the reasons why you can't fully understand each other, why you are always on two different pages, and perhaps you think the other is an idiot, but the other also thinks you are an idiot, but really you are two different personalities, and you just can't acknowledge how different you are from each other. You have two different approaches in this situation. Your person wants to quiet down, think on it, gain clarity by meditation, perhaps by sitting on it. They would choose, but unlike you, they would rather choose on filling their own cup, or getting themselves out of that situation of feeling left out in the cold. This thing about working on yourself is something that you ask your person to help you with. Them, on the other hand, they would not ask you to help them managing their own emotions or seeking healing. They would do it on their own, and as a result of that, they could be silent for a while. They could not be talking to you. They seem to be enjoying their life, but in reality, they are working on themselves. And so you, on the other hand, your heart is on your sleeve. You would say it first before actually working on it. Very much of an Aquarius. Okay, let us get what the universe wants you to know. Advice for Aquarius, please, from the universe, please, what you want Aquarius to know. The continuation of this reading is in the link in the description box below. You will be redirected to the blog And you could also make your own 3 card spread and shuffle, and more readings also from that blog, and more hacks, spiritual hacks, or dealing with life shit. The journey. If worst case scenario, you would break up with this person or would no longer be together, this is a message or an affirmation from the universe that this is a lifelong friendship. And this is also, look at her, they have been friends for a long time. They have grown together. They have been a part of each other's life in ways that are very helpful, emotionally fulfilling, or spiritually uplifting for each other. But they are two different entities. Being friends with a person who is very different from you could benefit you in the long run, and it pays to hear, it pays to listen to the perspective of the other. They may be, you have two, as I've mentioned a while ago, you have two different approach in dealing with the situation, and that calls for misunderstanding. But right now you are invited by the universe to acknowledge the ridiculous approach of the other, because you could learn a thing or two from that perspective and apply it in your own life, whether or not you would be in a long-term partnership or not. You could take it to your advantage. I guess I would have to leave it at that. Thank you for being here, dear Aquarius, and see you next time. Bye.